Long live the king.
Welcome back to the channel, folks, and today I wanted to bring you a discussion video in the world of Godzilla and Kong. Obviously, we are set to get Godzilla, King of the Monsters this year. In fact, it is just a few months away, and it is still just a little bit too far away. And then next year, we are going to be seeing the two kings collide, King Kong and the King of the Monsters, Godzilla, in Godzilla vs. Kong. But today, I wanted to discuss why exactly do these two giants fight. So that's the topic of today's video, and as I go through my own thoughts on this, please do let me know yours down below in the comment section, as it would be great to get a wider range of opinions and open up the floor for a discussion. So, one of the prevailing theories that has been floating around is that Monarch themselves will pit the two giants against one another. However, now that the second trailer has been released, and with it, lots of new information, this theory really does not hold much weight. Or at least, the reasons as to why the theory had initially been conjured up anyway. The original theory suggests that Monarch will thaw out Ghidorah in an effort to rein in the Titans across the globe. They will pit Ghidorah against Godzilla because Godzilla has gotten out of control. Not that Monarch ever had a handle on Godzilla anyway. And from there, obviously, Godzilla will kill Ghidorah, thus leaving only one Titan that could come to the rescue, King Kong. Now, I know that this theory doesn't really sound particularly great, especially to those that are fans of the franchise and know anything really about the monsters. But this is the initial theory that has gained an awful lot of traction. And it's not entirely merit-free, however, but we do have to take a look at some key moments in the second trailer to then reassess, because Godzilla and Monarch aren't exactly enemies in the trailer. The second trailer shows a government meeting where they are discussing the Titans rising and the fact that we need to align ourselves with one of them, Godzilla, for protection. Jokingly, the government officials state how he would be our pet, to which a very firm reply is given: no, we would be his.
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
No. We would be his.
And this goes hand in hand with what we had seen in the 2014 Godzilla movie. Godzilla doesn't really have any intention of harming us, specifically. We will die, but only as collateral damage in the crossfire of battle between Godzilla and other Titans. Undoubtedly, people died in the previous movie. It's a fact, they have to have. But Godzilla is ambiguous to us. He doesn't really care. He is merely a dominant predator, an animal that asserts his dominance and goes from there. Because we are no threat to him, it's incredibly unlikely that he would attack us. Which means, when taking a look at the theory above, it starts to fall apart. Now, we have learned that there are two factions in the Godzilla sequel. We can start now form a new theory, using some basis of the old one. So, Ghidorah is likely set free by the eco-terrorists in a bid to maintain balance in the world. A type of culling of the human race, if you will. We got hints of this, believe it or not, actually in the first trailer, where Vera Farmiga's character comes over the tannoy and the computer screens and discusses a disease, an infection, us, the human race, and the Earth then releasing a fever to fight said infection. The Titans being the fever to fight and destroy us.
But like all living organisms, the Earth unleashed a fever to fight this infection. Its original and rightful rulers, the Titans. For thousands of years, these creatures have remained in hiding around the world. And unless all the Titans are found, our planet will perish, and so will we. They are the only guarantee that life will carry on.
So we can kind of see the train of thought here, and it's incredibly likely that it wasn't Monarch that released Ghidorah, but the rival faction, the eco-terrorists. Not to destroy Godzilla, but actually to destroy us, to fight the infection. But how does this relate to Godzilla vs. Kong? Well, again, it's likely that Godzilla will either kill King Ghidorah in the upcoming movie, or wound him and incapacitate him to the point where he is no longer a threat. Why? Because there's going to be another movie with Godzilla after this one. So clearly King Ghidorah does not kill Godzilla. But does this mean that the eco-terrorists will stop there at that point, just because King Ghidorah has been killed? Absolutely not. If you have a faction of people ready to essentially destroy the planet, all because of their firm beliefs, then they're not going to fall at the first hurdle. They're not going to stop there. They will most definitely get back up and keep going. Now we know that Kong is firmly content on staying on his island. He really has no urge to go anywhere else. We see that in the movie, it is his home and he wishes to protect it. He is the king of Skull Island. He is King Kong. Now there are a few theories that I have which could cause him to voluntarily leave the island. But I'll save those for a separate video because I think that'll be fun to explore it on its own and again share in a discussion with you guys. So let's say though that he doesn't want to leave voluntarily and he actually has no intention of leaving. How does he and Godzilla fight? The eco-terrorists. They are the key to this altercation happening. He is massive, but he's not infinitely tall. He can't walk his way to land, even though we know that he's due to be growing. He's still not that tall. So he would have to be transported, whether that be by ship or by air. But I believe it would be the eco-terrorists that lure King Kong away from his island. In this particular scenario anyway. In a bid to once again fight the infection that is the human race. Now we know that there are numerous other titans around the globe. I believe that the ending to Godzilla King of the Monsters will obviously be Godzilla claiming dominance and then willing his new subjects, the other titans, to just go about their business. The human race isn't necessarily saved here, but Godzilla isn't willing them to go off and murder everyone and destroy the world. So I think the eco-terrorists in this scenario would have lost, hence using their wild card, King Kong. Now the reason I can see this happening in this way is because of what the trailer has presented to us. Monarch willingly saying no, we would be Godzilla's pet, we would be his pet. They've got absolutely no intention of harming Godzilla in that way, and they only want to coerce him into helping us, or so it seems anyway, which is again another thing that we have picked up from the trailers. After that scene, we do see that man walking up to Godzilla, and afterwards we see him powered up. So it is my theory that in this film, Godzilla, we already know that Godzilla is going to get power-ups anyway, we've been told this, but it is my theory that Godzilla would have fought King Ghidorah first, gone away, absolutely battle damaged and scarred and beaten down, and it is the human race that powers him back up with nuclear energy. That's my belief anyway. So as a result, looking at all of this, all of the information from the trailers and these other things here and there, as a result, the other narrative ways that Kong and Godzilla could fight with human interference has to be from the eco-terrorists. It absolutely has to be. There's no other way. There are, of course, many other ways outside of human interference, and I'm not discussing them here, and that could lead to them fighting, or at least lead to Kong being off his island and in a position to come across Godzilla anyway, but that's for another video. So there you go, that is how I believe Godzilla and Kong will fight in the upcoming movie in theatres next year. What do you think about this? Did you pick up on anything that I've said from the trailers, and do you have a completely different theory? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, if you are new here, please do hit that subscribe button, stay up to date on all the world of pop culture and movie news, and if you like this video, then please do give it a like and a share. I've been Mr. Age, and as always, take care.